job is always causing stress. All I ever do is work, I don't get no rest. I know Thursday night is on the way. Down in troubled waters, night's where the day. Pour me a drunk donkey IPA. Let that magic mango chase my blues away. I know that I'll be among my friends. The mic's where the page goes live again. There we go. That magic mango chase our blues away. We know that we'll be among our friends. There's nights where the page goes live again. There we go.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. TGIF, we're taking a little ride down 321 on the other side of Gatlinburg. Jamming to some Andy Simmons. You gotta love it. I love it. You love it? I love it. We all love it. And there's our beautiful ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, which I hope everybody gets to go to today, living in the freezing, frigid cold of Florida. Coldest in 4 years. So go get your goodies at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits tonight. Good supporters of our page. It's Friday. There's nowhere else to be. So how's it going, Brew Crew? This is Mike and Louie here. We are talking about the blizzard that's coming. So we'll say some hellos. We will go into all the models, which I love to do, and talk some shenanigans along the way. But yeah, we got a big weather event brewing. Remember, we've been talking about these models. They've been inching a little to the east, a little to the west, a little to the east, and for sure, southeast Massachusetts getting feet of snow. Some other coastal regions north will show could get some pretty high totals. Snow to the Smokies. We could have some flurries down into South Carolina, and even pretty, a couple inches possibly in middle North Carolina. So we'll show you that. And it's cold. We got freezing temperatures way down south in Florida. Coldest in many, many years. So good morning. Let's say hi to some people. Loretta Reed, what's up? Hey, Eric. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. What's up, Harold? Got YouTube rocking. Jocelyn over there. What's going on? This is Louie, by the way. Somebody was asking. This is Louie. What's up, Richard Reamer? Brew Crew. What's up, Sue Thomas? Southwest PA is only forecasted. Yeah, it's kind of a very skinny line of who gets what. For sure. Hey, what's up, Trent Hogg? Gonna be cold. Hey, we're gonna have a fast warm up though. We're gonna get into that for sure. Louie got mad at me. I woke him up today. He didn't want to get up. He was warm, but he's a good boy. So, but yeah. So how's everybody going? The big news. Feet of snow, lots of wind, higher than normal tides astronomical higher because we got new moon. Well, not we got full moon coming, big tides. So that's going to add to the big mess along the coast, Carolinas northward. So, all right, let's show you Hunter, and then we'll get rolling. Talk about some potential snowfall, and let's go into the YouTube here or Facebook. I'll show you what I've been posting this morning. All right, so this is going on right now. This is a little Hunter, by the way. So a little bit of housekeeping. I won't be alive next week, unfortunately, and probably not the following Monday because I got once a year event that I do. So no live next week. I hate it, but I will be posting weather 24/7 as always. Just no live. But I'll be back the following week, getting ready for Daytona. Jeremiah ad, I don't know what they do there. Random ads. Hey, Erica Shock, how's it going? What's up, Loretta? Hey, Jamelia Rooney. Yes, Jamelia Rooney, you got some snow coming. What's up, Jeffrey Taylor? Dead Man Walking. What's up? Hey, John Ferguson. What's up, buddy? Out of the Cayman Islands. Island boy. All right, so I posted this morning. Now, we got a low pressure off the coast of Florida. You can see it. I'll put up some radar. But look at these winter warnings. This is wind chill warnings, winter watch warnings, freeze warnings, freeze watches. So many colors. They all blend in. But the point of this graphic was it's all the way down to close to south tip of Florida. And that's for Saturday night. Crazy, right? Here is the latest North Carolina snowfall. I posted this one. We always have a lot of MWPs going to the mountains for the weekend. And so the good news is Friday night we could have snow in the Smokies. And some of that's going to stretch into the middle part of North Carolina. So Charlotte, Raleigh, we got a pretty good dusting across the whole state of North Carolina possible. Nothing high along the coastal. And the forecast has been pretty strong about northeast Carolina is where this thing starts to tighten up and we start to get the wraparound snow effect. So northeast Carolina probably get the most as far as coastal goes, but everybody else can get a dusting. And still, South Carolina, you never know. That's been in the forecast with the Carolinas has been getting chances. So that's the latest. That's the latest this morning snowfall. We'll get into more snowfall, but we'll say goodbye to Little Hunter and get right into it. Virginia Beach, you're going to get some big stuff, possibly several inches. Virginia Beach, yes. All right, some other stuff I posted this morning. All right, here's wind chill values down in Florida. My goodness, Homestead, 29 degrees. These are Sunday morning wind chills. Holy moly. Worry about the fruit and crops down in, obviously, middle Florida. We're going to have freezing temperatures way south. Let's hope the fruit farmers survive that. I know strawberries kind of like it. They don't like a lot. They like a little cool, but we got to worry about the fruit down here. So we'll be doing that. Everybody's wore out the iguana thing. I think I was excited to talk about it. Now, my God, every weather post I see is about iguanas. So we're going to shift to fruit now. Fruity iguanas. Dave Law, I don't know why they're not updating snowfall for New York. We're going to show you all that here in a second. Rhonda says that should only be waters. That should only be warm beach waters. What's up, Dale? How's it going, buddy? Sprinklers will be running. Yeah, and darn it, my neighbor across the street, Kathy, said she'd put the sprinklers on for me Saturday. It's an annual tradition here in Oldsmar. Whenever we get a freeze, I love to turn the sprinklers on and make icicles. So if you live in middle Florida and you're like me and you're like a little kid, turn the sprinklers on Saturday night and you might wake up to a man-made Florida winter wonderland. Always fun to do. All right, what else did I post this morning? All right. Here is the latest snowfall prediction. This is a blend of models. I kind of been using this one a little bit because the GFS and Euro have been a little bit opposite of each other, so the blend models are usually good. But this was this morning. There you go. Feet, Jersey Shore, a foot, All of Long Island, we could see, holy moly, foot plus, upwards of 20 inches. Obviously, Massachusetts, Boston area, they're looking at upwards of 30 inches possibly. That's happening. And I'll notice the skinny line. That's because our low is positioned in the right spot to where it's only going to wrap around so far. And most of the folks in New York, Pennsylvania aren't going to get much. So definitely a coastal event. I'll dig more deep into that here in a little bit. All right, let's just get back into it. Let's see. I think I posted one more graphic. Yeah, then let's look at the key messages real quick. This is from the National Weather Service. It's always good, I guess, to showcase these. I got a new little thing here too. Check this out. I've been playing around getting ready for the season, and we messed around with this last year a little bit. But this is some of the latest modeling. Like there's GFS, there's a Euro. So we'll show you that here in a little bit. So. No snow in Miami, Bowery Bower. Nope, not this time around. Richard says, keep those oranges safe. Yeah, anybody ever drive through St. Petersburg? Or no, Bradenton. Tropicana, right? The train tracks go to Bradenton, and you get to smell burnt orange smell, whatever the hell it is. I don't know. But it's a tradition to go through Bradenton, smell the oranges. Forget falling iguanas. It's going to be frozen iguanas. Yeah, Eric, I saw that. So, yeah, there was a National Weather Service Miami. In fact, let's look for that real quick. Well, let's talk about the key points and we'll be done. So, winter storm, obviously. So, 18 to 24 inches here in eastern Massachusetts. Anything in the orange is 12 to 18. So, it all starts here other side of Chesapeake. And works its way all the way up. So, dusting everywhere else. But the mountains could get some. And we have blizzard warnings up. And winter storm warnings up for the Smokies. And winter weather advisories dipping into South Carolina. Significant coastal impact still. Don't forget coastal flooding and higher than normal tides. I'll show you that. Let's go to Twitter real quick because Eric just brought up a good point. The National Weather Service was showing the Arctic air. Here, this is what Eric's talking about. Let me pull it up. They can trace the it's kind of split there a little bit, but that is backward trajectory of how our cold air has impacted Florida. It originated in Alaska. Looks like a flight pattern, right? But kind of neat. Just showing you the polar air, how it made a beeline shot straight down to Florida. Kind of weird. Morning, Travis. Ocala going to be cold, 18 inches. And Mike, I know, man. It's a big question mark. Some of these models, let me show you. People are really, let's go to the Tropical Tidbits. Tropical Tidbits did a big upgrade. Levi now has more Euro maps and some other goodies that you need to take a look at. Definitely. He changed the graphics up a little bit and made it really cool looking. But here's the latest NAM. Now, you can really see this stretch of a tight banding here of snow. Epic, it's like a rain train. It just constantly pumps in from the north, polar Arctic Express, Arctic Express, and you can just see, man. I mean, these are incredible rates, dark blue, and this is the latest NAM. And we have a deepening bombogenesis cyclone, they call it, bomb cyclone. That means it drops 24 millibars in 24 hours. And that's it. So it all originates here in down by Florida. Really, it's really odd. But there you go. It's 988 millibar tonight, and by the morning tomorrow, it drops down into the 960 range, and bam, brings in all that snow right along the coast, all the way to Maine, Nova Scotia too. So there's your latest NAM's pretty good mesoscale model here. As this sucker develops. And it's a perfect, scenario when you get these the tight bandings, all this air comes down from the north, and has a chance to freeze into snow because of the cold Arctic air. So it's a good setup. Some of the GFS model had it going just a little bit to the east, which would have meant likely less people impacted, but it bounced a little bit in. We have the classic Euro GFS, and listening to so many meteorologists, they're pretty much going straight down the middle anymore, kind of like we do with hurricane season. You look at ensembles, you look at all the model data, you look at the blends, kind of new thing now more using, and it kind of goes straight down the middle of all the models, and the GFS bounced us a tick to the west, enabling more of this in. So pretty interesting for sure. Again, the watches and warnings down in Florida are incredible. These are wind chill advisories, and that light blue, and we got those going all the way south here into Okeechobee area, wind chill advisories. And we have freeze watches for south of Naples into Everglades City. Anything blue here is freeze watches, wind chill watch around Okeechobee. Gale, forget about it. We got a lot of high surf advisories coming in. We can look at that here. Let's look at that coming in off of the Gulf of Mexico. So we have high surf advisories coming in for Florida here, and that is because of our gale winds coming in with our storm. So definitely the Euro is a little bit more active on that, but those are pretty good wind gusts coming in to Florida here. So these are definitely going to produce possibility of high surf advisories, and that's pretty much Pinellas County, Manatee, Sarasota southward, and that's that direct line here. You can see these winds, and the reason it starts at Pinellas here because we get this direct shot here coming down through the Gulf. So definitely going to be some big coastal action along the Florida Gulf Coast overnight tonight into Saturday morning. And of course this expands northward as we get our astronomical tides tomorrow, and lots of coastal advisories are up from the Carolinas north because of the higher than normal tides with our moon. So gale warnings pretty much crossed the whole south all the way to Maine right here. Look, let's pull this up real quick and show you that. But gale warnings from Texas pretty much to Maine. So we got weather from everybody from tip of Texas to the tip of Maine are getting something. So hold on to your booties. Holy moly. All right, what else we got? So yeah, everybody's talking about the blizzard. Nobody knows what to expect. Some pretty strong wording coming out from the National Weather Service Boston yesterday, saying 24 inches, but they did admit that if the GFS shifted a tick to the west, we could see really significant. Let's take a look at that. Let's just zoom in on some of the latest actual models here, and we'll zone in on pretty much everybody's asking. We'll start out with Mid-Atlantic. I think that's going to cover pretty much everybody. Latest GFS here. Still the outlier. Man, it just won't give in. It's been bouncing back and forth. The OOZ was a little more. Sarah's bus is here. Late again. I trust that she's on it. All right, so here, let's take a look at this. We'll zoom in on this one real quick. This is the latest GFS, and then we'll go into the Euro. I'll get super duper close here. You can take a look at that. So it's kind of hard along New England here. The GFS doesn't do a very good job on that, but you get the idea. A lot of folks asking about Virginia Beach. According to GFS, things really don't get going up till Delaware. There's Delaware 8 inches. Then things get going. It teases 15 inches here. We can zoom in on New York. A lot of folks asking about that. Let's take a look at New York here. Long Island. We got a lot of folks watching from Long Island. So let's take a look at that. see if the GFS is terrible. I hate this GFS. All right, let's go to Euro. All right, so here we go. Here's the latest Euro on New York. Let's look at that real quick. We'll look at all of them, but so here you go. There's the latest Euro, and a lot of folk asking about Long Island. And look, we're pretty much talking a foot to 21, 22 inches there along New York there. So that's pretty intense. Let's go back and look at Massachusetts now. We can look at that and take a look at what the latest is on Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island. Let's zoom in on that and see what the latest Euro is. Zoom into Monday, and here we go. Drum roll, please. Bam. All right. So there's some of the latest. That's a little better. This actually included New York, so I should have just pulled this one up. But there's your latest large numbers on the Euro, and 2 feet plus. Nobody knows, but that's pretty significant. lots of blizzard warnings across the region there. Here we go. So that's the Euro. Let's see if we can zoom in here on the NAM. And let's see what the NAM says. Here's the latest NAM. Let's pull this one up. So that was the Euro. Here's the latest NAM. A little less, but still 20 inches plus predicted. So you can see right where this low is going. It's going to cut right through there and impact. Let's zoom out here back to Mid-Atlantic here. Show a little bit more wider scale. On the NAM, everybody goes to the NAM when it's within a day here. It seems like it's a little aggressive at the beginning, but then it kind of hones in a little bit, a little better once we're within about a 24-hour window. That doesn't show too much northeast. Let's see if we can go northeast. That's a little better. All right, last one for the northeast here, and then we'll talk about the south a little bit. There's the latest NAM. So you can see the bill, pretty much, New York up through Massachusetts, and then, of course, up to Maine a little bit there. So that's kind of where our blizzard warnings are in effect. That's tonight, so we'll see. Jamelia said your emergency alerts are going nuts. Well, Jamelia lives out there in the heart of this thing, so that's interesting for sure. All right, what the heck? All right, let's see. All right, we can go here. So if curious on the blizzard warning stuff, let's zoom in on that real quick if you're just wondering, different folks, what they got. So your blizzard warnings start here just north of Virginia Beach. They actually stretch up into parts of Jersey here. So orange is your blizzard warnings. We have winter storm warnings down into Elizabeth City, Carolina. So Virginia Beach is definitely under winter storm warning. And as we go northeastward, there's blizzard warnings north of Atlantic City. And then a little break, and then we get into Massachusetts here. And about Boston is in that blizzard warning. Portsmouth up through Maine here. So quite a few folks, Bangor, Maine, obviously right here under our warnings. So that's it. I mean, it's pretty much cut and dry now as far as that goes. Let's look at I guess the south here. Let's get some temperature forecasts real quick. See how cold it's actually going to get here in Florida, since we have a lot of people watching here in Florida. As I click, boom. So let's zoom in to the great sunshine state here of FLA. I guess we'll look at the official temps here. Coldest in 4 or 5 years. All right, this is your anomaly. Let's look at actual low. All right, so here we go. The official tomorrow Saturday morning. This is Sunday morning, excuse me. Sunday morning. There we go. All right. So official National Weather Service, we could see 35 degrees possibly in Miami. Now, that's cold. Could be freezing. We got official 32 in Oldsmar. 30 just outside of Tampa. Pinellas County got a little bubble around it from the Gulf and the Bay, so not expected to freeze. But we got pretty much a huge part of the state under freeze warnings for Saturday night into Sunday. And they'll tweak that a little bit more today if it's a hard freeze or not. Hard freeze is a certain number, I think it's 4 hours of freezing conditions. So that's pretty cold. Now, moisture-wise, interesting, right? If we had any of this lingering front. Now, let's take a look at the radar. Now, this is interesting. So, our low-pressure system that's going to actually turn into our big nor'easter is right off the coast here. Now, Wednesday we were watching this, and we saw this lingering front, and it is indeed setting up right here. And it's going to make that beeline northward starting tonight. If we look at current analysis here with the GFS, you can start to see here our low right here, and you can see it right here on the right screen, and that's this morning 8 a.m. There's our low, and it blows up like incredible. So 5 a.m. tomorrow, this sucker's hauling booty northward. I mean, this is an incredible developing system that is almost nothing right now. You can take a look at our trusty Knoll School site, which is so exciting to see because we use it in hurricane season. But just off the coast of Florida right now, there she blows. Look at that. That is our low pressure system showing up right here. Boom, boom. That's it. And it is going to scoot itself northeastward. So Florida born, that's a Florida born nor'easter. You can thank Florida for your blizzard because this low is parked right off the coast, and it's pretty much leftovers from our front from a couple days ago. The reason it's been raining the last several days, this thing has just been hovering over top of central South Florida, and it's finally getting a little bit of spinach out there over the Gulf Stream. And a little bit of another little thing here. We talked about it on Wednesday a lot, but I've seen a few others now talk about it. But the waters here off the coast of New England are warmer than average. So this is definitely going to fuel into that last second deepening and fuel moisture, enabling this tight boundary of snowfall to fall and allow historic numbers. We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, they were talking about feet of snow yesterday. Let's go over to the National Weather Service Boston and see what they say real quick. They had a really good discussion yesterday that everybody was sharing. Let's see what Boston says, if they got anything going on. Anything new? Let's see. Outlook. I don't know if they're going to talk about it. No, nothing yet. Blizzard warning. So, tonight, this is around the Boston area. 15 to 19 inches now. That's a little less, and that's because the GFS is probably pulling the brains out a little bit because the GFS is back again, wiggling a little windshield wiper effect back to the east. So, 15 to 19 inches in the area, 60 mile an hour wind gusts, drifting snow, 2 to 4 inches an hour. That's the blizzard warning. Now we have different blizzard warnings. Obviously, everyone's a little different, but you can't exactly pinpoint the exact fall yet. And this is for Newton Center. I don't even know where the heck that's at. We click right to Boston here. Let's go to Boston. Boston's expecting upwards of 18 inches, 2 to 4 more inches Saturday night. So that's accumulation about 24. wind gusts as high as 50 miles an hour today or tomorrow, Saturday, for Boston as they come in. And we'll go back to our little map here. You can see the winds tomorrow, 5 p.m. blowing in from the north. And so Saturday, obviously, things start to go downhill. This would be probably the peak of it right here. It's tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. So it happens quick, man. This low is going to be wrapping up quick here. So the heaviest winds are definitely in the morning for Boston. And we could see these higher. Now, this is the GFS. Euro is probably more aggressive. Yes, big time. So your Euro is predicting 8. I've about given up on the Euro with wind gust prediction. It's always aggressive. 89. Hey, maybe it'll happen. I don't know. 89 just off the coast here tomorrow, Saturday. GFS a little less aggressive, and it's predicting a peak here. Let's see, about 48. That's 53. That's what the NHC is sticking with. There's 60. So it's gonna be pretty interesting day tomorrow up there in the Northeast, for sure. This thing is gonna be rocketing northeastward fast, and then we have a nice Sunday. It's gonna be freezing cold. The whole nation's gonna be freezing on Sunday. Dangerous cold weather. That's what they say. All right, let's look at some temp maps since we're talking temps. And then, hey, guess what? So we got next week, we do have a warm-up coming. The good news. And we could be in a little string of we could even have 70s and 80s in Florida middle part of next week. And that would be a big change for sure. All right, let's look at the whole U.S. here. As far as low temperatures, let's look at daily low. All right, so we knew that. All right, so let's see. Sunday. All right, so we got -11 in upstate New York. It's kind of hard to see this, but I guess I can pull it up. These are your low temperatures for Sunday morning. Let's pull this up, then we'll look at high temperatures for Sunday. Sunday's a cold day. Here we go. These are Sunday morning temperatures. Teens across pretty much everybody. Negatives in parts of Pennsylvania. Could be -1 around Pittsburgh. -2, -11 upstate New York. We got teens all the way down to South Carolina, obviously. We've talked about Florida. We got a little break here across Louisiana. Still 20s in Mississippi Sunday morning. Now, the highs for Sunday. Let's take a look at that. Daily high. Watermelon sugar high. Let's see, I can't even see I got to zoom out here. I hate this zoom in, zoom out thing. I'm going to have to do a little better job learning this. All right, so there's, here we go. Here is our Sunday highs, and let's see what we got. These are highs for Sunday. All right, so highs for Sunday. Now we're going to get out of the 20s all the way down into Maryland. So you guys are going to stay in the 20s all day Sunday. Teens across New York North, highs of 40s across Carolinas. 50s for South Carolina for highs on Sunday, and 55 for a high on Sunday for Orlando, 56 for a high in Tampa, 61 for a high in Miami. So there's our heat starting to build back up. So let's get into that a little bit because we do have some weather coming up I want to talk about. We'll slow down a little bit here. Let me close out some things here and see what's going on. I guess we'll put the Euro on here. It's a little more dramatic. It might be good for some clicks. Look at that. We'll leave that up right there. 86 mile an hour wind gust. 87 mile an hour wind gust. Yeah, so nobody knows what's coming. Hey, David Bearhill, how's it going? Classic battle between the GFS and Euro. The sellout 19 says. Yes. Sandy, thank you very much. Now we're talking 70s. Paul Thompson, how's it going? Orange prices are going up. Do you guys like orange juice with pulp or without? I'm a pulper. I like pulp. I like pulp. Pulp fiction. I like orange pulp. All right, enough of that. All right, let's talk about coming up. All right, so we know we got some drizzly little rains right now. Let's see if we can see that low pressure off the coast here of Florida. You can almost see a couple of radars I saw earlier today kind of showed it. You can kind of see a little bit of spirally motion out there. You can kind of see it. We had competing winds yesterday. Rain's rolling through Orlando right now a little bit. Sprinkles. It's pushing its way on out of here, getting ready to clear out for that cold air. You know, and you know, back in the day, any time that we had any sort of snow across the Gulf, we always had this like Gulf effect snow. Same thing with Miami down here. Anytime we get freezing and we have any of this moisture hanging around, there's always that chance of flurries. I don't think we got anything setting up with that moisture in place. Things are going to be extremely dry Sunday. We'll take a look at that. But there's our little low. This right out here is where our low's setting up. You can kind of see the rains. And this is going to start tightening up here very quickly as it heads on out of here. All right. Let's look at some stuff going into, let's just keep it on the southeast. Just for fun, let's look if there's any moisture hanging around that might, no. So here's tomorrow morning. That's dry air. Saturday morning, 12 Z. So tomorrow morning, extremely dry air. So all that should be gone. Cold air is actually going to make its way. John, it might even make you down there in Cayman Islands, man. Wouldn't that be something? Let's see if our buddy down there gets any cold air. Let's take a look here. Tropical Atlantic. Let's just pull up tropical Atlantic. Well, that's west. I want east. That's good enough. All right. So, does it touch the Caymans? Oh, yeah. You're going to get it. Caymans are going to get cool Monday morning. There's the Caymans right here. That front really digs. Look at this. Watch. Oof. There's our next front setting up next weekend. Question mark for next weekend, obviously. This is next weekend, next Friday. Does that front actually come through or not? We do have storms here. You can kind of start to see them. That's what I'm going to talk about. But we have storm potential here midweek. You can kind of see it in the precipitable water map here. This is Thursday. We're going to have 70-degree weather and a little dip in the jet here coming down with this next front. So always brings up those storm chances. So, you know, we like to talk about what's next. And I kind of hinted to it a couple days ago. We're going to get into that here in a second. All right, so let's get back to southeast here real quick. And we will take a look at a couple more things. See if there's, when this moisture actually clears out of here for Florida. And you can see there's that 540 line gets pushed on out of here. So no, it is. Doesn't look like there's any moisture hanging around. But that's how we get it. Obviously, when you get any lingering moisture around, when we get these big dips in the front, we get these. But people were asking me, will it snow? No. You might think it's snowing, but it would be just a teeny weeny little drizzling rain. All right, so let's look at the future. All right, we'll slow down a little bit. We got some coffee to drink. Dad, man, you like pulp? It's not heavy pulp. Yeah, it's kind of weird. You know, it's kind of like crunchy pulp. Mirth, I love the Orange Blossom song. That was Charlie Daniels. I think that was the one you're thinking of. No, I'm thinking Orange Blossom Special. Mardi Gras tomorrow. Pensacola, it's going to be freezing, Jamie. let's look at that. So we have a lot of festivals, and then we'll get into weather coming up next week. So I guess we got Gasparilla too coming up. Let's talk about that. So I don't really like this one. Let's look at HR. All right, so let's look at just the actual temperature. All right, so tomorrow morning, let's go to 12Z. So here we go. Tomorrow morning, there's our cold front starting to come through. So tomorrow morning, you're already freezing in the Panhandle. There's our front. It's already made it through. 31 Perry, Chiefland, Apalachicola Bay. Beautiful little town. Beautiful town. That's tomorrow morning. So we got freezing temperatures. 30s already dipping down in the middle of Florida. So tomorrow during the day, we talked about this. God, it's still playing out. So tomorrow, for most of you in Florida, it'll be one of those days, especially as the front's coming south. So like I-4 south. Tomorrow, it might be the warmest in the morning than it is going to be all day. So tomorrow morning, you can see like 42 in Tampa, 37 in Orlando. Watch. It barely increases throughout the day. So high temperatures tomorrow. Now here's noon tomorrow. 30s in the Panhandle. 40s all the way down into Central Florida. 50s down to South Florida. That's highs tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, 5 o'clock. Pretty much 40s all the way down to Sarasota. 50s there, but then the big chill. This is tomorrow night. So it's gonna, if you got any plans tomorrow, it's going to be in the 40s pretty much all day. I mean, we got a high basically of 40s for a huge chunk of the state. There's our cold temps, obviously Sunday, and then we don't really go out that far yet. So there's Sunday morning, 31 in Tampa. Boo. So tomorrow, it's cold and windy. Let's take a look at the winds. We're going to have big winds coming in from the north because of our polar attic air. Let's see, direction, obviously. All right, so let's go back 12Z. So tomorrow, here is wake up. Got some pretty big winds, all right? Living in Florida, when you get these cold outbreaks, the only way that cold air makes it to Florida, strong winds reach the surface, bringing in that cold air. So tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., we're talking 20s and 30s. These are maximum wind gusts, but still, that gives you the idea. It's going to be windy. Strong winds from the northwest tomorrow morning. Throughout the day, things linger about the same. Here's 3 o'clock, 20s and 30s throughout the day from the north. Then they get a little quieter tomorrow night and then the Sunday. Very quiet on Sunday. These are almost non-existent winds. So all that cold air comes in tomorrow. Things quiet down on Sunday. Lots of sunshine on Sunday. Very little cloud cover. I think we have a cloud cover map here too. So Sunday, 0 clouds. So look at that. When you wake up on Sunday, there won't be one cloud in Florida. Well, there's one cloud in Panama right here. That could be leftover Friday night fire pit or something. That's a cool map. Let's look at the whole U.S. for that one. I like that one. So Sunday morning, let's just do the whole U.S. As this thing clears on out, we can pull up U.S. and look at clouds. 12Z and bam. All right, Sunday morning. Pretty much everybody in the south and east here will be waking up to sunshine. Front's still kind of lingering a little bit, obviously, up Sunday as our front escapes, but there you go. Everything dark color is blue sky. And that's Sunday morning. So lots of sunshine in the south and east on Sunday, regardless of how cold it is. Hopefully that'll warm it up. But Sunday won't have a lot of wind, so it won't be too bad. Saturday's going to be the miserable day. No doubt about it. All right. Let's slow down a little bit. See what's going on. Lois, you're going north to D.C. tomorrow. Well, you're going to start to hit snow. If you're on 95, you might, let's see here. I'm thinking how far south you're going to be. We could definitely, I mean, it starts tonight, so you're pretty much going to hit snow as soon as you probably enter South Carolina, maybe. It might be gone by then, maybe, depending on what time of the day you're in. Here's 1 p.m. Yeah, you're probably going to hit it late afternoon, right? So you might actually miss most of it. I was thinking you're driving all night. So there's 1 p.m. So to give you an idea, if you're not in Washington by 1 p.m., most of it's going to be passing on by. There's your snow line. This is noon tomorrow. There's Washington. So if you get a late start, you will not run into much. There's your GFS line. So you should miss the heaviest stuff if you arrive later in the day. Yeah, fun time, Sean. What's up? David, that's crazy, man. I don't know why we get those. Sometimes we get them. I don't know. That's weird. Are they advertising snowblowers and heaters? 24 plus inches southeast. You're in the thick of it, Sean. Can't go to Boston, Daniel. I'd love to. I got a little convention thing I'm doing here in Orlando. Next one. So, yeah, Mark Hall, whatever happened to La Nina? La Nina was supposed to bring a warmer, drier pattern across the south and the east. It kind of did at the start of the season, but it definitely has backed off, that's for sure. All right, let's talk about the future, and then I got to roll. I got a bunch of stuff I got to do today. Anxiously waiting. Let's go to Twitter real quick, see what kind of chit-chat's going on for predictions. Every weather met is wondering exactly. So this is new. This is Michael. They extended the blizzard warning more inland. So yeah, Boston's on the edge. This must be a fresh National Weather Service advisory map. So the blizzard actually went in a little bit. So everybody in the orange there is under a blizzard warning. Parts of Connecticut. Hear about that bridge collapse. Pittsburgh Public Safety outside of Pittsburgh. They actually had some cars. There's a bus. Look at that. This is from Pittsburgh Public Safety. Yeah, that was developing news about an hour ago. I don't know if you caught wind of that or not. I haven't heard if there's any injuries or yet, but there's an actual bus. I've seen a bunch of cars too. I mean, there's a bus. So that's kind of developing a little bit outside of Pittsburgh. All right, there's that. All right, let's talk about storms coming. Here's the latest blizzard warnings have been issued for parts of Mid-Atlantic, New England coast. This is a good graphic. Let's zoom in on this one real quick. Snowfall forecast. That's a good one. This one was issued by National Weather Service here. So anything in red is 18 to 24 inches, and anything orange, dark orange, is 12 to 18 inches, and that includes south all the way to Ocean City. Lighter color orange, 8 to 12 inches, and that possibly touching Norfolk a little bit. This is 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. Sunday. They got a little typo. Dark blue is 4 to 6 inches, so we could still see snow. Elizabeth City, Norfolk, north a little bit there. Dark blue is 4 to 6 inches. Touching parts of Philadelphia and Washington. So, good map. I'm about to share that one. Charlotte could have, we showed earlier, 1 to 2 inches. Raleigh, maybe an inch or two. So, and South Carolina again. So everybody's focusing on the blizzard up north, but we're still seeing chances for snow down in the Carolinas. Definitely Gatlinburg again. We got a lot of folks going to the mountains this weekend, and most of that snow in the Gatlinburg is going to fall Friday night. into Saturday. So, Groundhog. When the heck is Groundhog Day? Best movie ever. I love it. All right. Next week, here's what we got brewing. Now, let's set it up. All right. So, let's look at midweek temperatures. Let's just stick with the Euro, I guess. As a dog snort away. All right. We can show you text. Well, let's just show everybody's. Well, let's look at Southeast real quick for temperatures, because we got a lot of people watching in the Southeast. So your maximum temperatures, we'll just look at, we don't want to look at high, we want to look at overall temps. All right, so slow warm up coming. Now look, all right, so let's fast forward to Tuesday. All right, so Tuesday rolls around. We got 70s starting to inch your way back up, 60s and 70s across south. So all you got to do is hang on a couple days, and we're back to 70s. Now, we got 76 in Orlando on Wednesday. 70 in Jacksonville. We got 70s touching South Louisiana across the upper Gulf. 70s up into Georgia. Thursday, even hotter. Now, here comes that front. Now, we got 80s now back to Florida on Thursday. Next front coming in. Big question mark. Does it make it through? It does. Doesn't seem as cold yet. I see 35. That's Saturday morning. But this is next week. Warm temperatures. You know, Thursday will be the warmest day. That's been showing up pretty consistent. That front will be question mark. Does it actually make its way through next week? Here's a GFS. Thursday and Wednesday, 70s and 80s possible. Middle 80s on the GFS all the way up through Florida. This is Thursday this week coming up. And there's our next front Thursday. And it kind of shows it into Friday. Now, anytime you get hot and cold this extreme, we got 80s with a cold front. We could see some storms. And we're going to get into that now. But we got middle 80s. Look at this. We got 30s in the Panhandle and middle 80s. This is for Friday. All right, so let's look at the big picture and see our next chance of storms in a nutshell. Obviously, it's going to be this approaching front and any dip in the jet stream. All right, so we're going to get into next week. All right, so here's Tuesday. We start to see a big little dip here. That's our cold front coming in, starting to get some Gulf moisture. This is leading up to Tuesday. And bam. All right, so Wednesday, you know, we can start to see some storms. So everybody's always curious what's next. Upper Gulf, talked about this, I think, a couple days ago. The timing's still about the same. These little red colors, potential storms, basically. And here's Wednesday morning, and another little blob coming in. So pretty much Wednesday, Thursday here is what we're watching. There's a dip in the jet stream, and going into Friday, some of this line could make its way into Florida right here as a squall line. So definitely Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we got a dip, and we got warm air in place. Usually that spices things up. So that'll be what I'm watching. Too far out to be certain of anything, but just keep in mind going into the week here, we could see a little dip. And there's definitely discussion from the National Weather Service that too much uncertainty yet. But I like to look that far ahead and see, you know, what we could be looking at. So, and we go to Levi's site. Let's take some high resolution look here at the GFS and see exactly this thing starting to brew. Midweek, you'll see it. And there we go. There's storms Tuesday out ahead. So we could have some storms developing out ahead on Tuesday. And there's our front setting up. Kind of like a BOGO front. But nothing too bad right now. So anyway, that's it. Just kind of casually watching middle of next week. No updates from National Weather Service as far as the C12Z's running now. They don't have anything on their Storm Prediction Center map. So a little pulse of energy Monday into Tuesday off of Texas. And then there's our setup going into midweek. So nothing really showing to worry about yet. Storm Prediction Center not showing anything. They discuss a lot about it, but not a lot of certainty. So maybe there's not a lot. So anyway, so that's what we're looking at next. Possibility of storms Thursday, Friday into Florida maybe as our next front comes in. So hot weather definitely coming. That's good news. If you don't like the cold. And at this point in the game, that your best friend is the weather.gov site, which I have right here on the very, very, very top. You can type in your location or just click on the National Weather Service map right here. And when you do that, you get to click exactly where you live if you want the most latest and greatest detailed weather for where you live. And they will stop it at the Boston office right there. And you can go further, actually click your town. There's some updated maps here. We'll leave this up here too. This is some fresh data from the National Weather Service showing 1824 inches here for the region. So, all right. Who's ready for iguanas? Thump, thump, thippity thump. Apparently they spring back to life once it gets warm out. Good news for the iguanas. Well, let's see. What else we can talk about? I'm going to read some chats here. February 2nd is Groundhog Day. Okay, good news. Didn't know that. Mike, it shouldn't be too bad at Pittsburgh. Oh, Thursday night. Haven't looked that far yet. Well, Thursday, you're right in line of that next front, so. NASCAR at the LA Coliseum, Chris. I know that, man. They got, I think I saw Pitbull doing a concert. They have a DJ in between cautions they're trying a lot of new stuff. Chris, I saw a picture you shared too of a Camaro, white and orange one. Was that yours? Oh, I used to love the Camaros, man. But yeah, definitely. Jamelia Rooney talked about it. Your shovel, kitty litter. That's to help dry up anything if you need. That's what NASCAR uses. Believe it or not, when there's an oil spill. Extra blankets, boots, snacks. Well, I should have listened to this forecast when I went to Asheville. Hand and feet warmers. Don't forget to charge your phone chargers. Unfortunately, they're expecting power outages because of the strong winds. But I'm sure you guys are ready for it. You guys get a few of these a year sometimes. So we'll see what they say. And have a great weekend. Watch for those iguanas. We will. We'll just leave this one up right here as we close out things. So to the soft tone of Hunter snoring. Matches are lighter to start a fire. That's always good. Thank you, Vicky Hill. Yes. Yeah. I tell you, the neat thing though, looking at this whole tightening up here of our storm is it's this we call it rain training in the summertime, but basically, look at that. Oh my God, that's even more. There's your latest NAM. And you can just see those heavy values. And they just spiral in. And it's just the perfect path as this goes by. Perfect distance offshore. And catches that cold Arctic air. And dumps a lot of snow. So latest NAM really laying it down. Some pretty intense snowfall rates. This is tomorrow about noontime, I guess. Well, that's probably about 11, almost noontime tomorrow. So really, let's rewind it here. I mean, you got overnight hours. You know, we're starting to get that initial snow line coming in through Virginia, meeting up with our low, with our front. So Carolinas, again, like I said, tonight, you can see it on the bottom of the screen here. Maybe there you go, a little better. So there's our snow tonight in the Carolinas. And as our front approaches our low pressure, here is tomorrow about 3 a.m. This is about midnight. So things really start to hit Virginia northward overnight tonight. And this is all before daylight. All this right here is before daylight. Wake up tomorrow. It's about wake up. So all this from here to here is before sunrise. All this right here. So a lot of you are going to wake up to a lot of snow. This is heading up towards New Jersey before. This is 7 a.m. right there. So really, it's going to really start up in the overnight hours tonight. And the heavy stuff. New York, this is 7 a.m. And we got some high concentration over Long Island, New York right now. This will be 7 in the morning across Jersey. Very intense snowfall rates on the latest NAM. This is for tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. And then there's our bigger values, even clipping more here along Jersey, New York, spreading up into the Boston area. And this is all before noon. So it's going to come quick, fast, dump a lot of snow, and then by midnight tomorrow, and then Sunday morning. Sunday morning is gone. So if you can sleep for 24 hours, you'll miss it. Most of it's going to happen tonight into tomorrow morning. Yeah, you're gonna watch the news. Sit back in your chair. If you make a hot coffee and have your generator fired up, ready to go. Remember, Furman Generator, big supporter of our page. You can go get one quick at Costco and Lowe's. Make sure you got gas. They also have a tri-fuel with propane and natural gas. One of the very few generator companies that offer propane and natural gas. Tri-fuel. Push button start. It's bad to the bone. So some of you are going to need it, unfortunately. So, all right. Well, listen, we'll be gone a few days next week, but I'll be posting as normal. We won't have our live, and then we'll be back the following week. We'll get the schedule out there. So be good. Don't freeze out there. Cell 19, yes, that is the new. Actually, I used some of that when I was snow chasing, and I had good luck, good results. Or it was very accurate. I don't even know how you pronounce it. Kucheria effect. Euro's got a good. So there's your Kucheria effect, which is off the charts, like extremely off the charts. And then your normal snowfall predictors, 10 to 1, a little less. So, I mean, if you want to post the most intense snowfall, that says 40, 37, 3 foot. Now, yesterday's National Weather Service talked about the potential of snow getting into the 30-inch range. So that's, lots of questions as far as how high. The official forecast is 18 to 24. This is the extreme what-if scenario, but that is... Hey, Kim King, how's it going? Random Kim King button. Ready? Crystal River, I know where that's at. Got the big power plants up there. V-twin generator. That sounds like a motorcycle. All right, I guess we'll know soon enough. All right, this all starts tonight and tomorrow, so keep your eyes alert, and we'll be back soon. Thanks for tuning in and watching, as always, on the Daily Brew here. Mike's Word page, we appreciate it over there on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Slowly growing, getting ready for the tropical season, 2022. 19. I'm living in the 1900s. 2022 season will be here in just a few short months. So. All right, be good. Have a great weekend. TGI.